Welcome back to Whatever Garage. Today we're going to try and get the motor started, but first we have to tidy up a few little loose things. And the first thing is the radiator's leaking. There's the telltale signs of something not right. Oh, and it goes all the way up right to the petcock that I tightened up last night. And you see it dripping? Let's find out why. Bring you with me. We'll find out firsthand. Sorry, I thought I saw water coming from there. No, dry. It's got to be. Wait a minute. Well, it's not the overflow tube, because we didn't put enough in. If you look down there, that's a brand new radiator. There better not be a hole in it. All right, let me get down there and find out. All right, mystery solved. It's still the petcock leaking. I've tightened it up as tight as it'll go now. So, short of snapping it, I guess I gotta drain the radiator and then fix it. Great. Well, the Gremlin's definitely followed me from the 81 Corvette in the other shop to this one. So, who knows? It's draining right now if you can't hear. I'm going to continue on. I wanted to replace the bolts on the carburetor with studs because these, for some reason, didn't fit very well. They were on there before. Who knows? Maybe shit shrank in 3 months. All right, I found the issue. There's the plug that goes in, and there's its washer, or what's left of it. And it's I don't know what kind of material you'd even call that. It's not plastic. Some sort of pressed fiber. Anyway, got to find another one. So that puts a stop on things for tonight. Because this motor I'm not running without anything in it. I'm not taking that chance. So, see you tomorrow. All right, it's a new day. And my freaking camera won't focus. Why not? Focus. There we go. It's a new day. It's a freezing cold day. And as I was putting parts on the Corvette in the other garage, I was like, where are my gauges? Can you guess where those gauges might be? Uh-huh. In one of those two boxes that I've used as a table. All right, I successfully excavated these out of my storage area. We have the gauges for the 79. She has a clock and not transmission temp. Hopefully all these work. She's a little broken up, but I came up with an idea on how to fix that. She came with a CD player. These are the gauges. That's the speedometer I put in this one, just because I can't stand the one that says 85. We'll figure out how to make it work on down the road. And I just hope my tack works. So I need my tack, and I need my oil pressures for starting this other motor. All right, I got the panels hooked up. They're just sitting in here. I'm gonna plumb the power now. All right, I'm gonna prime it again. This time I got the valve covers off, or the valve cover, or just this side. I wanna see it come down. There's oil over here, but not nearly as much as what was on the other side, and I think that was because that's the side we poured the oil in on. So I just wanna make sure it's working. Like I said, I've never had this off, never messed with any of this. Everything seems all right. Let's get to it. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this again, it's been a day. Okay, not as in it's been a day as in a bad day, but it's been 24 hours since we did it last time, and since we're gonna try and start it now, I wanna go ahead and prime it. See, I'm ready to hurry up and start this thing. I went and got gas yesterday, ready to put it in. I went to connect the starter, and I'm missing the damn bolts for the starter to hook the wires up. So I need to go get some of those. And my fuel line is too short. When I hook it up to the hard line, the rubber part's too short. When I hook it up to the hard line, it kinks it. So I need to go get some more fuel line. I went looking through all my stuff, spent half the day doing that, and couldn't find any. So let's try this and see what happens. Are you shitting me? I charged this damn battery. What a piece of crap. Hey. Maybe it just overheated. I mean, nothing, man. It should be coming out of here. See here? Right up the push rods. And I got nothing. We know when the car starts up, it takes a few seconds. But how much faster is it spinning than what I'm doing? Still nothing. Not happy. There we go. Some oil just came out of that one. Come on, baby. There's oil out of that one. There's oil out of that one. That one. One, two, three, four. Come on. It's flowing out of those two. That one's really going. That one looks like it's starting to go. There we go, one more. I only got two I don't see anything out of yet. You might have to do the position they're in. I don't know. I don't know how this shit works. I hear that battery dying. There we go. Oil out of that one. And she did. All right, we only got one that didn't get any oil out of. Who knew you just had to crank it up on full? Here I'm being Mr. Delicate. Light's flashing if you can't see it. Nope, she did. Completely. That's the only battery I got, guys. That's my Cobalt 24 V Max. One battery. Oh, she warm. Oh, she don't want to come out now. Ah, here we go. All right, let's get y'all a close-up view. Go close up. You see, it was coming out of the little holes. It's starting to pour in here. See, some of these are overfilling already. This one got some of some. This is the only one that didn't start trickling. And sorry about this being in the way, but let's see. You can sort of, there we go. You can see from this way. Those two have them. Come over here. That one on the right has it. This one does not. Guess we go throw the battery on the charger and do it again. All right, we're gonna get back to the priming in a minute. I want to show you these. I needed a bolt, excuse me, not a bolt, a nut to go on the starter because I lost the one to screw the wire down with, and I couldn't find one in all of my stash. So I finally found one that fit. Got that. Remember the radiator leak we had? Well, I got a washer to go on the petcock. The main fuel line had a kink in it because it was too short, so more fuel line. And then, oh, I needed longer bolts for the spark plug line, or the spark plug wire holder that I got. You know, make it look all fancy. Well, the bolts were too short, so I had to buy a kit full of this crap to get the right sizes that I need, because I didn't have any. So, we've got all that. Let's put them on. I swear, there's always something. Here's your dipstick tube. See if you're in the camera's view. Here's your dipstick tube. There's supposed to be a piece about this long, right here. That's what goes down into the block. You see it? Well, it was too thick, so I ground it down a little bit. Obviously, I did it too much because it just broke off. That's in my oil pan now. So now I got to drop the oil pan. Or excuse me, now I got to drain the oil, drop the oil pan, and start over. What a day. Okay, starting this thing is taking much longer than I anticipated. So let's go run down back through everything that's happened. Okay, 3-month hiatus, came back. Top dead center, we got that. Filled it full of oil. Okay, started leaking. We had to find the leaks. Came from the valve cover on the passenger side. Then we tried to prime it. Couldn't get it to prime at the beginning. And then next try, we got it to prime. Let's see. Then we had to put a dipstick tube in it. The dipstick tube the diameter was too thick, so I clearanced the end of it, put it in, it worked. Went to connect the starter, and the starter was missing the nuts to screw the wires on with, so I had to go get nuts for that. Then started to screw those on, got them on, had to unscrew where the dipstick tube was screwed into to anchor it, so I could put my ground to it, and when I did, the dipstick tube fell off. The part that I clearanced, see, this is not it, this is a new one. The part that I clearanced broke off in the block. So yeah, we'll get back to that in a minute. Then we filled up the radiator, well, we half filled it, and overnight it all leaked out. The little pressed fiber washer disintegrated, so everything leaked out. Had to go find a rubber washer for that. Fix that. It's half full. It held overnight, no drips. Okay, so then we put in the coolant catch, the puke tank. It's been out for, God, 7 years? A long time. So I didn't remember how to do it. And once I did, I realized all my air conditioning stuff was in the way because I had installed the air conditioning stuff, what, a couple years ago? So we had to make room for that. Got that. Hooked up the overflow tube. And now I need to drain the oil pan, find the rest of the dipstick tube, or excuse me, drain the oil pan, remove the oil pan, find the rest of the dipstick tube, put the oil pan back on, fill it back up with oil, and we're getting ready to find out if this fits. If this doesn't fit, I don't know. I got to find something. But every time you look at these online, they don't give the diameter. I need that diameter right there. I need that. So, that's where we are. That's why this video's late. Apologies, but what can I do? This is my life here. There's all the new oil I put in. It's now out. It took me forever to get the oil pan loose, and I was able to get that out. So there's the piece that broke off. Yes, I did it way too thin. Now I'm going to measure the diameter and see if I can't go find me one somewhere. We again have a dipstick tube. That one fit perfectly. I'm going to put a little bit of, what do you call it? Gasket Maker. Yeah, Gasket Maker around it to push it down and seal it up perfectly, and we're good to go. Alright guys, Those of you who've been here for a while, you know I've had this motor 3 months. I've done nothing with it. Haven't turned it over, nothing. I want you to look down in there and look at that oil. What do you see? I see freaking metal shavings. Now, the only thing I've done is prime the oil pump. Would that create this? You tell me, because I'm getting more and more afraid to even want to start this motor, thinking it's going to be a freaking disaster. I want you to look at that. What do you see? Trying to focus. I mean, that is not just a little thin piece of metal. Look at that. All right, needless to say, I'm not running this oil. It's brand new freaking oil, and I'm dumping it. I don't want any metal in my motor. Look at all of that. And I just took this oil pan off, just now. All right, the other Corvette is pissing me off right now. So I warmed this one up, and I just want to listen to it for a little while, make myself feel better. Oh, there I am. So I'm gonna put you back here. You got a microphone on the camera this time, so Sasha can't take it. And let's see what she sounds like. I'd say she sounds freaking good. Heater is definitely stuck on full. It's hot as hell. Gotta come back to this one. I'm gonna drive this one. Definitely gotta get her going. I mean, she could go. I just don't want to split the balls off. Look who was creeping. Uh-huh. You better back away. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We have parts that we're waiting on, and then it's going to take a little bit to put everything back together, so let's make this a two-parter, okay? Sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed the sound of the car. I did. Made me feel better. So we'll have to get back to it in part 2. This is Whatever Garage, out.